Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the Team Action Secret Headquarters. We're back with another top 5 list for you, the Action Army.
Absolutely. We got Tobias Mustad talking about his 5 favorite. Excuse me. Whew.
Yeah, he's getting choked up already.
I'm so excited. His 5 favorite Mission Impossible stunts. We're going to hop in right now with number 5, the bike scene from MI2 where they both race.
The gun jousting?
Yes, where they race towards each other on bikes, both leaps off their bikes, crashes in midair, and then the bikes seem to pass each other before Ethan's bike flies off the edge and suddenly explodes for no reason in midair.
You know what I've heard about this?
What?
I've heard that John Woo, going into this film, was like, I'm going to do bike jousting. Let's write a script around it. I've heard, this is a real thing.
It's a real thing?
I've heard that he was like, this is a stunt that I want to do in a Mission Impossible
because you
movie.
know you could tell Tom Cruise I want to do bike jousting and be like, look, John, I am in.
John, I believe I can execute this better than anyone. I'm going to be the best bike jouster you've ever seen.
I will execute the stunt to the top. Yeah.
I'm all in. Right here, right now.
So he was like, well, you want to do bike jousting, we're going to build a movie around it.
That's what I've heard. I mean, this stunt is sweet. This movie is absurd. This is like, everything about this movie, like the year it came out, where in Tom Cruise's career was his hair. It's like,
I mean, I even remember being a kid when this movie came out, and this moment happening where they like dive at each other in midair.
Yeah,
and I was even thinking, as a kid in a Mission Impossible movie, I was like, could that happen? Like, does that? Wouldn't he die? Like, you know what I mean?
He had like several, not about him dying. He had several hairstyles.
Yes. This is a great hairstyle, by the way.
From like, so correct me if I'm wrong. I know that in MI2 he's got this hair.
It's the Vanilla Sky hair.
And he does it again in Last Samurai. He had long hair for a few years.
Yeah.
So then he trims it off for Minority Report.
Yeah.
In the next couple of years.
Yes.
It's short again for War of the Worlds and MI3. He kind of goes back to long hair a little bit for MI4, right? Isn't it kind of like, or am I making that up? Isn't it a little longer for Ghost Protocol? It is. It almost for sure is a little longer. I can't, anyway, this is.
I think of the Burj Khalifa right now.
Yeah, it's definitely a little longer.
A little longer, yeah.
Yeah. Like
It's not MI2 or 3.
Maybe like
Yeah.
He's a Bob. He's got a Bob.
So,
He's a mom Bob.
what is your point?
I'm not sure.
You're like, he had a goddamn bob, and he was a bigger badass with the bob than he was in MI2.
He's terrific. Yeah, he's terrific.
All right, so the MI2 flying bike jousting I love. All right, here we go. Number 4, the chase scene from Rogue Nation where Ethan and Benji drive a car chased by several motorcycles, and Ethan manages to take out most of them. Oh, that's when he does the like swinging, spinning, peel out, and he takes out like 4 motorcycles at once.
And he turns, and then he's on the road, and he does the move where he goes so horizontal with a bike that his knee hits the ground. Remember?
No, but this is where he's in the car with Benji.
After he
yeah,
dies.
This is after he gets out of the
revived.
Yeah, exactly. And then he goes and does the bike chase after. Yeah, I love this because I mean, one of my favorite things about this is that like we talk a lot about how Simon Pegg had no idea.
Yeah, right. We've heard that story that he's like, why is Tom driving? And they're like, 'cause he's our best stunt driver.
He's the best stunt driver. So like all those reactions are very real. So number 3, the scene in MI1 where Ethan jumps onto the helicopter, blows it up, and his exploding chewing gum and the use of the force blast him back onto the train.
Red light, green light.
Red light, green light.
Red light, green light.
Yeah, this is where you lose us.
And then John Voight is like, anacondas are a public killing machine.
Anacondas are a public. Yeah, so this is one of those moments in the MI franchise where you're like, that's just not real.
I love that the year after he did this movie, John Voight did Anaconda.
Yeah.
He like looks like an old man in this movie for the most part.
Well, you look at him in this movie, and like you and I were talking about it when we covered it, and you're like, you shouldn't be able to do the things you're doing.
He obviously came out of like, he had like a mid-50s, like, I'm going to be an action star. Yeah. Because I never was. I'm back.
And I'm a bigger star than these guys right now.
I'm back.
I'm coming in.
This is my movie.
And I'm going to go to Anaconda. So the blowing up from the gum, a little bit hard to believe. So the scene from Ghost Protocol, where Ethan runs down the side of the Burj Khalifa and tries to swing into the open window, but hits the top. This one I picked mainly because of the impact, as it exemplifies him doing his own stunts, and I couldn't agree with you more.
This is the sideways running jump spin thing?
Like, fuck no.
It's ludicrous.
I want nothing to do with this.
It would be terrifying.
Like, just hire a stunt double who's already on set to do it It'll look the same.
He's like,
I'll still be a superstar. Like,
he's suspended on cables at the highest building in the world. Like, it's crazy.
I can't even imagine what that feeling is like to be hanging out of that building and like you turn and you just see 1,000 feet below you.
It would freak me out. I like looked down from like one of those buildings where like there's like open courtyard balconies. You can look down, right, from like a hotel.
You're like, that's like 6 stories.
It's like 14 floors. And I like looked down. I like looked down. And I was like, oh. I was like, geez, I'm not afraid of heights.
14. That's 160 stories that he's up, or something like that. Like, unbelievable. So yeah.
Ridiculous. One of the most ridiculous stunts I've ever seen.
And so number one we got here, not really sure if this classifies as a stunt, but I'm choosing it anyways because of the time I saw this movie. The first time and all the years since, whenever I think of the MI series, this is the scene I enjoy the most. The famous scene, I love that you brought this up. The famous scene in MI2 where Ethan kicks the gun that's lying in the sand. Like, okay, first of all, your list is a joke because your whole list is phenomenal, and then the fact that your pinnacle is this moment.
For the record, Tobias, this was my favorite moment in this film. If you recall, this was my fist pump moment. This is my favorite part of this movie, is the gun kick.
I love so much that this is your number one.
He kicks the gun, it flies up, he catches it midair and shoots it.
Haunt.
And like, and also like, aren't we correct in that Dougray Scott got injured doing this movie, which is why he didn't play Wolverine, and like that's why he got the role?
Yes, which is the greatest thing that's ever happened in Marvel films. Period.
Yeah, period. And like,
it's just the fact that your number two is the fact that he's hanging out of the biggest building in the world trying to swing into an open
your
window.
number one is that it's the dramatic gun kick.
It's like a gun kick that was totally staged and fake, and like, that is why we love this.
Incredible.
We love action movies. We love Tom Cruise. We love Mission Impossible. And Tobias, we appreciate you so much, my friend. There's a salute.
We salute you. Guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, we have more fun stuff coming at you soon. This is the Secret Headquarters. Be sure to follow along with the regular show, Action Movie Anatomy, and check us out on the Schmodown. Stay tuned. More fun stuff coming up. Submit your list. Submit your top 5 list. If you're paying $5 or more, you can submit these, and we'll do them on the show just like this. So, all right, guys.